Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today what I got for you is an age-old topic. We've talked about it before way back in 2015, but since then it's gotten twisted by a bunch of different YouTubers, and I wanted to just discuss it thoroughly and hit every single point and even talk about some things I didn't talk about in my video a few years ago. And that's over the topic, is CJ related to Franklin in some way, shape, or form? These are two of the most famous characters in the GTA series. We've got CJ, the protagonist of San Andreas, and of course we've got Franklin, the protagonist, or one of the protagonists of GTA 5. And there's actually two different versions of this topic. There is CJ Franklin's dad, or is CJ Franklin's uncle? And we are going to debunk all of those today. So if you enjoy, give the video a thumbs up. If you learned something new and want to see more, subscribe, turn on those notifications. And with that said, here we are with CJ and Franklin being related in some way, shape, or form. Alright, before we get any further into the video, let's get some stupid comments out the way that I know some people are going to leave. The first one is,
"You're only saying this because they're black."
That is the most retarded comment of 2018, little Timmy. Please click away from this video. You're not old enough to be watching it. Leave. You don't know the definition of racist. Where in this video have I stated or discriminated against any other race? I haven't. You might be thinking of the word stereotyping, but instead of watching this video, you should be looking up what words mean on dictionary.com. The other comment is, well,
"This is clickbait and this is stupid."
No, Jimmy, it's not. This is a factual video disproving a clickbait topic. Now, with those things out the way, we logically know that CJ and Franklin can't be related because of the universe barriers that exist within the GTA series. And I don't want to expand on it too much in this video. I've made a dedicated video to this before, just talking about it for like 8 minutes long, just explaining everything about the universes. It's going to be linked in the description. I don't think you can click it right here, so you can just check it out down below. But watch that if you don't understand the universe barriers and how they work. But that is the logical reason why we do not see CJ and GTA 5, and it's also why we know CJ and Franklin are not related. Now, this whole theory evolved from one character in the GTA series, or actually two characters, and Franklin and CJ are linked together by these two characters in the series named Denise, and in San Andreas we've got Denise Robinson, and in GTA 5, we have Denise Clinton. And popping things off with Denise Robinson from San Andreas, she was first introduced to us in the mission Burning Desire, where CJ is ordered to burn down a Vago's crack house by Officer Tenpenny. And after doing this, Denise happened to actually be inside of this house, and upon hearing her screams, Carl darts into the house, and guess what? We've got to save this girl from this burning house that we set on fire.
Oh God, I'm so scared. Hey, the building's starting to collapse. We gotta get out of here fast. Hey, man, I owe you my life. I was nearly dead there for sure. Hey, you look pretty shook up, girl. You want me to take you home? Yeah, please, thanks.
So after we save her, we've got to give her a ride home. That's probably got to be the most awkward car ride ever. And just when they're making small talk, Denise actually recognizes CJ, and she knows that he's Sweet's brother, because CJ has a brother named Sweet. And he is very well known in San Andreas as well as Grove Street. And then she proceeds to ask him why he moved to Liberty City. And this is the first time that CJ and Denise have ever met, and it's in the year 1992. That's an important thing to remember. We're going to come back to that in a few moments. But anyway, she asks CJ why he moved to Liberty City. They're making small talk. And also, fun fact, at an unknown point in her life, Denise goes on to say that she became pregnant 3 different times. And she gave all 3 of these kids away to the foster care system. So as the events of GTA San Andreas transpire, Denise, out of all of CJ's girlfriends, is the one who we hear from the most. She's the most prevalent, and she's the most common. She calls CJ all the time, and this implies that their relationship is a little more serious than any of the other girls that CJ can interact with. And, well, we can even come inside her house and get some hot coffee.
The ocean and bumping radio LS. We're gonna do it like this. West Side.
Check it out, y'all, back once again. Julio G representing and putting down that West Coast. I gotta hit you with this.
Now moving on to GTA 5, we have got Denise Clinton. And Denise is actually Franklin's maternal aunt, meaning that she is Franklin's mother's sister, not his father's sister. And she's actually raised Franklin since he was a boy because his mom, after she gave birth to Franklin, became a crack addict and then died, and then Franklin's father was never around. And Denise Clinton is identified as a new age feminist. She's one of those ladies. Like, you hold a door open for her, she's going to get mad at you and say she's a strong, independent woman who don't need no man.
Women, we are free. We're bringing an end to the patriarchy. We are women. Hear our pain. We are women. Hear our shout. We are women. Have no doubt. We are women. We are free. We are
Shut the fuck up! Thank you.
She looks down on Franklin's erotic behavior. She doesn't like it at all. And Franklin looks down on her feminism stuff, and he doesn't like that at all, meaning that they have a pretty volatile and hostile relationship. They don't really see eye to eye on many things at all. So with that information we've gathered about Denise Clinton and Denise Robinson from San Andreas and GTA 5, we can disprove the theory that CJ is Franklin's dad. You know why? Because Denise is Franklin's aunt, not his mom. And if CJ and Denise Robinson hooked up, then that would mean that Denise has a son named Franklin, and we know that's not the case. Now, to disprove the other theory of CJ being Franklin's uncle, because that's still a prominent theory, well, let's lay out a timeline of events. We know that in 1987, after his brother Brian's death, CJ actually packed his things up and he moved to Liberty City, and he actually remained there until the events of San Andreas happened in the year 1992. And it is said that he never once returned to Los Santos in the time frame from 1987 to 1992. So we know that there's no possible way that CJ and Denise could have hooked up between this time frame, because CJ lived in Liberty City and he never came back. And I know what you're thinking. Well, couldn't Denise have come to Liberty City and visited CJ there? Well, let's move on to our next topic, or move on to the next year, which is 1988. That's the year Franklin was actually born. And despite his birthday never being mentioned in GTA 5, the license plate on Franklin's personal car, or just his Buffalo, reads FC 1988. That's his initials, Franklin Clinton, and the year 1988, which we can only imply is the year that Franklin was born. If that's true, that means in the events of San Andreas, Franklin would be about 4 years old. And that's where we go back to 1992, or the year 1992, where CJ returns to Los Santos and he meets Denise. And at this time, Franklin, of course, would be around 4 years old, which means there's no way that CJ could have had this kid with Denise, because CJ didn't meet Denise until 1992. So right there, that pretty much disproves all the theories in all the topics that you might see of Franklin and CJ being related. It's common sense for the most part. You've just got to kind of dig into the details a little bit and pull up this information from in-game dialogue that we hear, because that is the most important as well as the most factual source of information for anything regarding GTA. That's why you can't skip those cutscenes, because you will miss out on very, very important things. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully if you've seen some other video out there saying that CJ and Franklin are related, you now know that that was unfortunately fake. You know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, because it would be cool if CJ was Franklin's dad, but unfortunately that's not how things worked out in the GTA series. So if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. It's always greatly appreciated. Let's break 3,000 likes for just this super awesome video talking about some super awesome characters in the GTA series. Subscribe, turn on notifications. That way you guys never miss out on another daily video game upload, because YouTube doesn't like to send notifications out to you guys when the videos do go live. And with that said, I believe that's just about it. Thank you guys for stopping by. My name is Zach Cox, and I will see you all in the next video.
Oh, my N-word, huh? What's up, homie, huh? Oh. Oh. Is that how you act, huh? When a friend makes a mistake, huh?
No,
Really?
man.
Oh,
No.
oh, so what, it's just me getting hurt? Is that funny?
No,
huh?
man.
Well, fuck you! I'm gonna put you in the fucking ground, you laugh at me again!
Man, calm down.
I have met a lot of assholes in my life, but you... Oh, you're not long for this world if this is the way you fucking act, you little jumped-up motherfucker!
Look, how about this, man? Calm down. It was funny at first, man. I made a mistake. Unfortunately, man, you failed. It was funny, all right?